Hello and welcome to another episode of the Otamendi Bowl. Unfortunately, it is just me this week. There is no Jay, unfortunately. But yeah, so let's yeah. So again, I am your host, Alex Hancock. Let's go straight into the results of last week's fixtures, and we'll start off with the top one, which was me v Howard. Now Jay thought I'd lose this one in his bitterness. Um, Obviously, had a great start. I had a terrible start, but as I predicted, I won. I knew that Howard could not have another week like that again. I knew I couldn't be as bad. Now it turned out that Howard had an okay week and I had a really, really strong week. Yeah, so the score was 37 to Howard and 64 to me. And it could have been so much more. I got a bit unlucky with the Muniz own goal, and then Gordon getting sent off did me no favours. But at the same time, what Timber. So let's see where I got my points from. So Callagher 5 points, clean sheet. Obviously got yellow card as well, so that takes a bit off. Van Dijk, okay, he didn't clean sheet, but he keeps churning out them defensive contributions. So he got me 3 points. Um, Milinkovic, as I said so far, Forest Forest have done better than I thought they would, but they are struggling with the clean sheets at the moment, so only two for him. Euro, 6 points. The goal got disallowed, not disallowed, got taken away from him, but he did get the assist. And then this is where I've won. Uh, Timber, 24 points there from Timber, which is obviously one of the highest scoring points I've seen from a single player. He got more points than my whole team last time. Then we got Madueke with 3, Salco, Saka with 6, Gordon -2. Absolute prick, Gordon. What are you doing? And then Bob ending up with 2. Then João Pedro, 15 points. And then, yeah, Munez unfortunately got me no points due to that own goal. Then my bench, as you know, is weak. A Chelsea defender that started the first game with a clean sheet and has been dropped since. Jackson, who looks like he's going to Bayern Munich, and Garnacho looks like he's going to Chelsea. So, um, yeah, I probably am going to stick with Garnacho. Now, as I said last week, you know, ha, like I think I have a good team. I don't think Howard is as strong as his other years, but like great start. I see a great start to the season from Howard. And to be fair, 37 points. Some weeks that gets you wins. Obviously, he was never going to beat me this week. So yeah, good strong start. Well, good recovery from me, and then let's quickly look at Howard's team to see where the points came from. So Sanchez with 3, Munez with 5, Livramento 4, got Stones with 1, Truffett 6, Hull 1. Now I criticise our defence, but they've done really well so far. So from Howard's point of view, you can hope that I am wrong and that does continue. Then Salah with a 5, Rogers with 2, Semenyo 6. So he's looking like he's carried on from last season. Now again, so far it's only been 2 games, but so far it looks like my Bournemouth shot hasn't been a great one. Thinking that they would struggle this season due to what's happened with the defensive transfer window. They seem to doing fine. Then Wood with 2 and Everson with 2. Yeah, Jorginho on the bench with none. Piraro, I think he's called, don't know, Leeds player with 1. And then Johnson on the bench with 9. Obviously, I was going to be a bit annoyed with that, but at the same time, it wouldn't have made a difference this week. Okay, his score would have been a lot better. It would have been really solid score, a difficult score to beat in most game weeks. With 46 points he would have had. Well, no. He would have, if you have to take away one of his points, he would have had 45 points. So he's, again, which is really good score for the draft. But yeah, anyway, so that is Howard's team. So let's quickly go through the next fixture, which was Hipstone Slobberslide versus Derby City. So Dan v John. Now, I think we both predicted a John win, and that's what came through. Yeah, we'll go for John's team. We'll go for John's team first as the victor, and see where his points come from. So, yeah, he got Trafford in goals with the 2. City didn't do very well. At Norway 1, Pedro Porro 5, Lacroix 3, Gakpo 10, Slobberslide 2, Paqueta 9. Then we've got Minte with 2. Watkins, poor start from him so far with no goals, 2 points. And then John standout player, Ikikiti, which which is really strong start from him, 2 from 2, and he's got some assists as well. So it's looking good. Now, one of John's new hidden gems, Isildur. I mean, Isildur should not be anywhere near anyone's team. Can't be trusted. Kept that 1 ring to himself. Selfish bastard. So if I was John, I'd get rid of Isildur straight away. John, get rid of him. And then his bench, Edison, no points because Trafford's been starting. Digne with 2. He's made a mistake with Neto with big 7 points on the bench, but luckily for John, it hasn't mattered this week. And then Wan-Bissaka for none. So, I mean, John got a bit butthurt about my comments about his defence. He's said some stuff in the group chat, but as I said, like, 1, it's early days. 2, I'm getting some of my calls are going to be wrong and they could be way off. This is end dates football. Look at some of the pundits, like absolutely amazing players, and they get things wildly wrong. I mean, top of my head, Merson about De Bruyne, and I could go on, to be honest. There's plenty of mistakes. You win nothing with kids. Alan Hansen. So, I'm some of my takes are going to be right. Some of them are going to be wrong. Hopefully, I get more right than I get wrong. But it's football. Things never work out the way you think or hope. So yeah. Anyway, so John was lucky last week with a high scoring loss. So this week he's got the victory. So let's now have a look at Dan's team. Now, Dan is lucky that he played me last week because everyone else would have beat him. He's got another really low point haul. He's got 29 points. He hasn't got over the 30 barrier yet. I think he's got the lowest overall points so far. But again, it's early doors. A lot could change. So he had Verbergen goals with 1 point. Murillo 1 point. Trzaskowski got 8 points. Again, I think Jay criticised that signing, but I thought, under Moisey, sorry to say again, it's David Moyes. Oh, I didn't say that, does he? Sorry to say again, it's Moisey. I'm going to leave that in. It's so shit. So we got 8 points there. Anderson with a 4. Di Cupra 0 points. Now, I'm surprised at Marmoush so far this season. He's not got up to speed yet. 1 point from him. Saw 8 points. Now he's had a great start to the season. He was one of them players where I thought could go either way, and he started off well. Anderson with the 2 for the attacking midfielder Anderson, and then Drewsbury Hall only got 2 points. And his weak attack have been embarrassing. Slanky 1, Fulcrum 1, Welbeck on the bench none. Palmer's injured sadly. He's got no points, and then he had 6 points with Van der Ven on the bench, which was a mistake for him. But luckily, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Oh, and Leno with 3 points. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. And John Eddie have even more points on the bench, so you can't moan too much about that. But yeah, I mean, Dan's season so far it is a poor start, but he has got 3 points, so he can be thankful for that. There's whispers of Dan making some deals out of desperation. Him and John locked in talks. Watkins might be on the move. Palmer, who knows? But I will get more into signings once I've gone through the fixtures. Okay, so let's look at the next fixture or the next result now, and that was Cherokee off Haaland, Richard Hancock versus Let's Be Having You, Mick Wood. This was close game, to be honest. Not the high scoring game of the week by any means, but yeah. So I think we predicted Rich that one, but Mick won that one, 39-32. So let's have a look where them points have come from. So we've got David Raver in goal for 6, Kukurea 5, Calafiore 13. So Calafiore's had a great start to the season. He's got a goal, clean sheet. I think he must have had some. Yeah, he's got 2 assists that game. So great start for Calafiore. Mika Lewis 1, Hato none. I think he came on booked. Verts 2. So unlike Ikikite, he's not warmed up to the Premier League as of yet, but again, plenty of time. We all know what a player he was in the Bundesliga, so there's still plenty of time for him to step up. Rice with another solid 6 points. Bernardo again, week with 1. Barry Boy, he got his 2 points. Bowen had a slow start to the season as well for 2. Then Sesko with 1. Then so his keeper is Aguilera. Also got 0 points. Eze 0 points, but he has now moved to Arsenal. Martinelli no points, and then Mick had a big 9 points with Collins on the bench. But again, fortunately this week hasn't come back to haunt him. As he did get the victory. So now let's have a look at my brother's team to see where he failed. So Henderson 2 points, Lieber clean sheet with 6, Mitchell 1, Gehi 2, Cherokee 1, Ahmad 1, Enzo 10, great from Enzo, Barnes 2, Richarlison 4, Haaland only 2, Raul 1, and then his bench was pretty poor. 2 for Sal's, 2 Tielemans, and 0-0 for Frimpong and Kuzanova. Well, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I do apologise on that one. So I mean, I think these two, I think they've got decent sides. This was a tough one to call, but they've both done. I mean, I think that's 2 from 2 for Mick. So let's move on to another fixture, which was Big Kahunas versus the Blades. This was the Manchester Derby, the Manchester Uni Derby. Neither of them from Manchester, but both went there. So, I mean, Jack's got a pretty weak team, and we predicted an I'll win. Couldn't be more wrong. Again, some of my shouts will be incorrect. Massive 67 to Jack. It was the high scoring of the week against Al, 45. Al can be himself lucky, really, because Al would have beat both from the game above. He would have beat Howard, and he would have beat Dan. So I mean, and there's more games to come. So Dan beats a lot of players, but obviously does lose to me, John, and Jack though. So it's not the unluckiest in the world, but so let's take a look at Jack's team. So Pickford 15 points, clean sheet, pen save, probably got bonus points as well, which is great for Jack. Richards only 2, Nicky Williams 2, Jabala 8, Bruno, poor start from Bruno so far with 2, Matoma 2, Iwobi, just a lucky player with 7, Dango 13, got unchained there from him. He got unchained and scored some goals. Thiago 2, Gyökeres, he got a pen, he got a goal, so he's got good points this week with 12, and then Strand Larson 2. Could he be on his way to Newcastle? I know Newcastle signed a new striker from the Bundesliga. A bit of an unknown. I think he started towards the end of last season after Christmas. I think had a good run of form. He's got some great attributes. So he will be probably the most sought out signing when he signs. But anyway, so his bench: keeper none, Riley 2, Burn 2, and then Guardiola none. So now the final fixture of last week was the dubbed Battle of the Shit Boys. And guess what? It was the Battle of the Shit Boys. I mean, Dan got a pretty poor haul with his 29, but this was even weaker. Both absolutely dismal points from both these bottom bitch guys. You know, this is the kind of stuff you would expect from both. I mean, saying that, I do think the teams look stronger this season. To be fair, but yeah. So in the end, Jay won 26-22. Let's look at this patheticness. Oh, he changed his name now to got a Becca Wilson. Absolutely atrocious. It's probably, I mean, it's better than Love and Abundance because Love and Abundance was absolute dog shit. Horrendous name. It's not much better, this one. Got a Becca Wilson. But yeah, against you, Oggy. So yeah, let's have a look at Jay's team now. So Becca, 1 point. Gabrielle, 6 points. Anina, 1. Shah, 1. Cash, 2. And Buemo, 2 points. Gibbs, 2 points. Will Prowse, 2 points. Now, this got fair play to Jay. This got in the victory. Signed Bruno Guimaraes. We've got 6 points, and that has been the difference. Without him, Jay would have, been on take away 5, 21. He could have, it would have been a victory to Charlie, 21-22 to Charlie. So yeah, then he's got Wilson 1, Delap 2, Pope in goal with 4. And he's got Netchema 1 point, Ake 1 point, Clive at 1 point on the bench. So as I said, I mean, this is classic Jay in terms of his points all. Just not very good whatsoever. And now let's have a look at Charlie's team, who did even worse. This is, so Charlie, he had Benandir 2 points, Kirkeres 1 point, Dorgu 2 points, Delict 7 points. I think, bonus and defensive contributions at 3 bonus points and 2 points for defensive contributions. James 1 point, Trippier 1 point, Kuna 2, Alanga 2, Renajas 2, Beto none, and Matete 2. Then he's bench none and none, McAllister none, Visser none, and Mount 3. But even with Mount, it wouldn't have changed. I mean, fair. I do like Charlie Field. I do think during the season that will be decent, and I don't like his defense. Although there are some good players in there, like I think Kirkres is decent, and James doesn't play enough for me. I think Trippier won't be in the team once Newcastle have a full team to choose from. Then he's got Mateta when Visser comes back. That is, like I said before, potent attack. So yeah, that's all the fixtures. So let's have a look at the table now. And again, early doors, but so close. It's so far is a very close bunched up table. So Mick is top with 6 points, 88 of the fantasy football points. So that's not the best. Second Howard with 3 points, but 119 fantasy points. Then Big Kahuna is now got to third with 100 points. Well, 3 points for 100 fantasy points. John, 97. And then you have got Up the Blades Al with 3 points on 95. And Rich in 6th with 3 points with 91 fantasy points. And then me in 7th, 87, or 3 and 87. So close so far. Then a little bit further back, we've got Jay in 8th with 3 points, but only the 63 overall fantasy points. Then we've got Dan. Again, he's got 3 points, only 56 overall fantasy points. And then classic Charlie, bottom of the league, where he's used to, no points, and only 57. So he's got one more point than one more fantasy point than Dan, but the game weeks haven't gone in his favour. So that's the table. And it's too early to comment on that table at the moment. You could argue that there's no surprise to see Jay and Charlie in the bottom 3, but yeah, there's a long way to go. There's the transfer window hasn't finished yet. So yeah, that's that. Now I'm quickly going to go something I've not done before. I'm just going to talk about something that was said in the group chat. Let, let me just find that because took a screenshot, but I took a screenshot of the aftermath, not the not the thingy. Um, so I mean, basically, let me search 1 second. Sure. So John's come out with. I might shock a few people with my picks. Jay's done for. Jay, you might as well concede now. You may as well concede the game week now. And yeah, and then the transfers came through, and John signed none of them. All his picks got got swapped away. So okay, but John probably said that. Well, he definitely said that a little bit in jest. But it's still funny when someone gives it the big in the chat about how good the signings are going to be, and he didn't get a single one. So that's what you get into it. You give it big in, and then yeah, it doesn't go your way. So and then there was a bit of banter straight away. Like as soon as that happened, like, Howard jumped in on him. Like he's like, "You failed both your targets. I'll save you upset of looking now." Got a few laughs, and then yeah, I mean, John took it well. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's only fantasy football. Not taken seriously. End of the day, like if you're good at fantasy football, or you're shit, or you're average, or you're lucky, you're not lucky. Like it doesn't really matter. It's a game. Like we're a bunch of lads. We're gonna take the piss out of each other about it. Like there's literally if you ever worried about a bit of banter and that, it's time to go home. It just does not matter in the slightest. But as I'm doing it later than usual, I will go through the transfers because there was some. Yeah, so Charlie got Ndui from Forest, which everyone went for. I went for, which could be a good signing. Dan's first pick, he's gone for Sensei from Bournemouth. He's got rid of the Cooper. Charles got rid of McAllister. Jay's gone for Smith Rowe, got rid of Ward-Prowse. Now, to be fair, I think that's a good signing. Smith Rowe last season, he does get goals and assists. I think he will produce more than Ward-Prowse. I mean, it's not going to change the season around, but at the same time, is it better to have a player like Smith Rowe than Ward-Prowse? Yeah. So then it comes to, I try to get rid of Mweke for Ndui, which failed, but I did then get in Tavernier from Bournemouth for Mweke. Rich got Spence for that Man City defender. Al's got Calvert-Lewin in for Iger Jesus, which could be a quick little signing. Then John's failed with Spence and Wan-Bissaka. And then he's also failed with Calvert-Lewin for Isildur. So at least he's trying to get rid of Isildur, but I think he's stuck with him in the end because there's no one to go. Jack failed with Ndui for O'Reilly, but he did get Callum Hudson-Doyen for O'Reilly. Howard also failed with Calvert-Lewin for Poirot. Howard did get Conserman for Truffet. Charlie got Osula from Newcastle. Yeah, he scored, but I think Newcastle will. Oh well, they have signed one already. I think they will sign the second striker. So I don't think he'll see opportunities for Beto. I failed. Well, I didn't fail. I also went for Casido, but he was my third choice. So there's no either there. Rich failed with Ndui. Rich failed with Tavernier. Rich failed. Oh, well, he didn't fail with Skelly because he's got his first choice in. Al failed with Spence. Jack didn't get got on there because he got someone else. Howard did get Bradley in, got rid of Stones, and then Charlie took out Trippier and brought in Luke Shaw. So Charlie is looking United heavy. He's thinking, oh, they're playing Burnley, but we got fucking absolutely destroyed by, well, not, yeah, I mean, obviously went to penalties in the end, but absolutely embarrassing from United. I don't know what was going on there. For the record, I'm not hammering out, but things need to change quick because that performance, especially the first half, second half performance, what was a lot better, was so bad, it was unreal. To be outplayed by Grimsby Town is an absolute disgrace, and that can't carry on. And I want to see a big improvement against Burnley, and it's got 3 points or nothing. Again, if you don't get 3 points, I'm not going to be saying hammering out, but something's got to change. But the performances in the league have been better. Arsenal was really strong performance. Fulham, there's glimpses of strong performance. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't amazing either, but yeah. So yeah, that is that. Now might be a great time to tell you about our new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Hubble, owned by John Seymour. Should we get something here? Should we be saying Hubble? Yeah. Yeah. So cheers, John, for sponsoring. The one of the world's greatest marketing companies, in my humble opinion. So yeah, if you it's not spot Hubble as in the Hubble telescope, it's a different Hubble. But my God, I mean, with John at the helm, and his very dedicated, amazing staff, then yeah, cheers to John and cheers to Hubble. Yeah, so let's now move on to the fixtures going forward for this current week coming. So yeah, so the first fixture I've got here is Up the Blades Al versus my Johnson got Ward Howard Sims. Again, Al's had a strong start. I do like Al's team. I don't like Howard's team as much, but Howard has got a lot of points so far. Fair, I think it's 50-50, but I'm gonna go. Al for that one, but I think it will be close. Won't be surprised if Howard won that one. Oh yeah, and then we've got Let's Be Having You versus Mick Wood versus you, Oggy, Charlie McAnally. Mick, Charlie's going to be no reason. I mean, if United pull a clean sheet, it would be then tough for Mick. But Charlie, if that clean sheet doesn't come through, Charlie is in dire trouble. So I'm going to go Mick for that one. We've got Diversity FC, John Seymour of Hubble versus Jamie Brown, got a Pekka Wilson. Got to go John. Jamie's not shown me enough that in the points so far, but again, anything can happen. Then me v Jack, Super Army Soldiers. Now I'm changing my name, to be honest, lads, to or whatever, from Super Army Soldiers to Purple Aki. I don't know if you know who Purple Aki is, but if you do, so Aki spent that spot like the player though. I don't know. I think it might be a bit funnier. But anyway, I'm still called Super Army Soldiers currently versus Big Kahuna's Jack. Now, I'm probably going to give myself every single week. So yeah, I'm going to back me there. I don't like Jack's team, but we'll see. So yeah. And then we've got Hips Don't Slobberside, Dan versus Rich Hancock. Now, again, Dan's had a poor start to the season. Palmer's still injured. I can't see his points coming from apart from Saw. Okay, my moose could turn up, but there's many things I don't like about his team currently. So yeah, I am going to go for Rich, my brother, for this one. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this one. It's shorter week. due to just being me. There's like no one to have second opinions or to bounce off. So yeah, if you have watched, thank you very much. Yeah, and yeah, see you next week.